fighting out of the Genesis Mechanical red corner, from pound for pound fitness and sharing Colorado, Justin J-Ho Houghton. And fighting out of the Cruiser Cruise and Colorado blue corner, from the Compound Training Center in Littleton, Colorado, Josh featherweight Muay Thai title fight is scheduled for 3-minute rounds.
Our Mile High Mayhem main event, ladies and gentlemen, is a 145-pound professional Muay Thai fight with 8-ounce gloves featuring Josh Huber wearing the black, red, and gold trunks. He also has the beard, facing off against Justin Houghton in the black and silver trunks. Mr. Huber represents the Compound, and Mr. Houghton represents Pound for Pound Fitness.
Your comment about the beard is without a joke, because Josh Huber has got to be one of the toughest guys that we've got in Colorado, pound for pound.
There is no doubt about that. And in the last couple of fights that we've seen Huber in, they have been Muay Thai fights, and he seems to have developed a love for the stand-up game. 1 or 2 fights ago, he said, hey, that Muay Thai fighting stuff, pretty fun. I want to see if I can get some more of those. Well, here he is having to put together a string of victories and fighting for a title against one of Colorado's standout premier strikers, former Bellator fighter Justin Houghton.
Yeah, absolutely, without a question. And we saw evidence of the evolution, so to speak, of Josh Huber in his last fight by just pulverizing Joey Banks, and I mean, in a very devastating fashion too. Very methodical breakdown of Joey Banks, slowly starting but really applying heavy pressure as the fight went on. I almost expect the same thing out of this fight, JR.
Yes, indeed. And Houghton, a supremely technical striker, really throws a lot of different angles, mixes his techniques well, comes in with some flashy techniques, as we saw with his jumping knee earlier, and there landing a couple of really solid leg kicks.
Justin Houghton, as he's called, J-Ho, one of those guys that when he's aggressive and he steps forward and he's pressing the fight, is a very, very dangerous fighter. On the contrary, we've seen him when he sits back and wants to counter, it doesn't work out for him as well, and I'm hoping to see a very aggressive J-Ho, Justin Houghton today.
And we're seeing that play out so far in round number 1.
Yeah.
Houghton being more aggressive with the techniques, pressing forward earlier, and there he went, tried to have a little bit of flash. Huber's wise to it. Just sort of let Houghton hang out in the air for a while.
Yeah, J-Ho, a very polished striker, as you said, very refined, very efficient, and really what stands out to me about Justin Houghton is doesn't take a lot of shots in fights. Very elusive is the word I was looking for. Whereas Huber, on the other hand, not very. Whoa.
That was a big shot to the head of Huber. Let's see if that opens up as a cut. I would not, and immediately going back, targeting that spot now is Houghton, and the eye of Huber is hurt. I don't know if it's been cut yet or not, but that's the 3rd time he's gone up to where he took the shot trying to wipe it. So he's definitely swelling. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dr. Alex Constantinides come into the cage between rounds and take a look.
Great first round of action. Both of these guys showing off some skills. Huber, as we mentioned, just winking to his corner. No big deal. Exactly what we thought. You know, J-Ho would come out polished, refined in terms of striking, using a very effective point striking system from the outside, whereas Huber is happy to engage in an all-out slugfest, showing that durability, showing that crazy beard of a chin he's got, and like I said, exactly what we all anticipated out of this main event for Mile High Mayhem today. J-Ho choosing not to sit down in between rounds, a testament to his conditioning. Whereas Huber on the other side is sitting down, catching a breather, very calm, cool, and collected as well.
I suppose if you're going to name your own gym Pound for Pound Fitness, you're going to come in shape.
Absolutely.
Houghton definitely has, and Huber, I follow him on Facebook. He said that his conditioning was looking really solid for this fight.
I'm almost positive, if I read the same thing right, JR, that he said that this was his best training camp ever.
And there is a lot of redness, a little bit of puffiness around the left eye of Huber, but doesn't seem to care about it. His corner went to work on it between rounds, and no cut, so just a little bit of swelling. Huber's such a fun fighter to watch if you're a real true fight fan. I mean, we always talk about guys that are happy to be in the pocket and slugging, and Josh Huber is one of those guys. I mean, he's literally more comfortable taking shots and retaliating than he is kind of on the outside waiting for things to happen. And Houghton, for just a moment there, shut down his footwork just a little bit, planted his feet, looking like, I just want to land with power as Huber closes in. And he did it again there, but this time Huber able to flash his speed and get inside. J-Ho always noted for fantastic footwork, great movement, very, very polished and refined on his feet, and super agile. It really cuts the angles nicely. Rarely do you see him back up straight or just take one or two straight steps forward. Always working some kind of an angle, and now starting to put his distance to work, or rather his reach to work from a distance a little bit, is Houghton. The old adage, stings like a bee, huh? That comes to mind, doesn't it? No doubt about it. Huber putting a lot of power into his techniques. Set that spinning technique up from a ways away. Houghton able to step off to the side nicely in order to evade. And again, Huber looked like he was going to try to spin there. So maybe little tricks he's been working on in training camp. I'm thinking Huber's going to want to turn this fight into a brawl real soon here. Kind of take Justin Houghton out of his game right now, but Houghton doing such a good job of keeping distance and firing off really outside striking with pinpoint accuracy, JR. And Houghton's power kicks are exceptionally fast. He's landed about 3 in a row that just came in seemingly unseen. Very true. I always like the way that Justin Houghton varies the attack. I love the fact that he, does flying Superman punches and kicks, and he's just a fun fighter to watch. Yeah, he really is. Always looking to put on a show for the crowd, entertain the fans, and Huber just never taking his eyes off of his opponent. You would not want to get into a staring contest with this guy because he just doesn't blink. Absolutely right. A 10-second clacker sound. It looks like both guys trying to put together something big to end the round. Houghton doing a really nice job of avoiding punishment, throwing from angles, and finishing flurries in between. In between the rounds. In between the action. Doing a really nice job defensively of just staying out of reach of Huber. I got to tell you, I think Huber's in a little bit of a hole right now. If it's me judging this fight, I've got Huber down but not out. I think that if he can really turn this thing into a slugfest in the third and final round, JR, he might be able to pull this off. But I think the experience of Justin Houghton and his ability to really stay on the outside and avoid taking those shots is really what's creating this little cushion for him right now. I agree. It just seems to me that Houghton, being the busier fighter, is outpointing his opponent. And maybe it's just because he's a little longer, too. He's got a little bit of reach on Huber, both in arm length and leg length. So maybe that's the difference right now. But both these guys are looking to finish up this third and final round with a big one. And he uses that reach well. Yeah, he does. He really does. Referee Don Theus calling for a towel to wipe off a little water that was left in the cage. And here we go, round 3 action in our main event at Mile High Mayhem. Justin Houghton versus Josh Huber. For all of you throwback fight fans, Josh Huber has a similar look to Joaquin Hansen. Well played, sir, well played. And the nickname Hellboy fits. Good body kick lands for Huber. Houghton looking to answer. Oh, and a good body kick comes back for Houghton. Houghton, nice job with his head work there. Let his head roll with the punch. That was a solid cross, but the fact that Houghton was moving with it served him very well.
I don't like what I'm seeing out of Huber late in this fight with him dropping his hands when Justin Houghton is throwing leg kicks. It seems like Houghton's getting ready to set up a big head kick with it, but Huber says, not now, I'm coming after this fight.
And Houghton went with the low hook, and then the next one he brought it high, and it scored well. Saw Houghton's chin rock back a little bit, and there he is again with the hook punch.
Fantastic fight, just as we expected.
Little back and forth brawling action here in the third.
Houghton just showing off just outstanding speed.
And the hook punch from both the right and the left side, scoring well for Huber here in the third.
Huber really dropping those hands, JR. Are you seeing the same thing?
I am, and I think he's trying to
lure him in. Yeah.
I think he's having a hard time getting inside, and he's trying to get Houghton to close in so he can counter. Sure is easy to speculate from over here.
Sure is.
Ron Goldstein, undefeated from behind the microphone.
Don't you know it? Oh, and this action's heating up, JR. Oh.
Both these guys looking to put a stamp on the fight in this third round.
Now we got to fight. Now we got to fight, JR.
The fans of Houghton calling for a flying knee. Huber circling off, still trying to get inside, work his power. And that's about the first time we've seen a clinch here, Ron.
Yep. I think it was more by accident.
10-second clacker, see if anybody can put together a flurry. Houghton going with power kicks. There's the flying knee. We'll take it to the judges.
And a great fight by both these gentlemen.
At the end of 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Hilsebeck scores the bout 29-28 Houghton. Judge Ramirez scores the bout 29-28 Huber. Judge Van Tine scores the bout 29-28, declaring your winner by majority decision, Josh.
We do a rematch, you know, it was close. We need to start with this. Now wasn't about definitive decision. I say we fight again.
This is the first moment you had, actually. It's the second and not too long, as a matter of fact. You're on quite an impressive winning streak, man. How's it feel?
Still good, you know. Like I said, I don't take this as, it wasn't definitive. It was way too close. I wish we could have done some more rounds. He's a great fighter, you know. He put it on me a little bit.
Another belt on your shoulder. What's next?
You know, I was planning on doing MMA again, but like I keep saying, I think we should do it right away. I'm not hurt. I don't think he is. It's fucking fight this month, man.
That's like a plan with me, man. Anybody want to thank you for the opportunity?
I'd like to thank everyone who came up, all the fans. I love you guys. The Chris and Rose, I love fighting here. I always put on a good fight here. The crowd's great. I'd like to thank my team, Colin Powell, Brandon Larson, Rob Gonzalez. the constable. Everyone came out, especially everyone who came from the Springs. Good up for your winner and new title holder.